Welcome. In front of me is the OPPO Reno6, and today I'll go for unboxing along with a quick overview of this device. So let's get started by popping it open now. Before I actually go anywhere, I will mention that I did already open it and did set it up, so we don't have to do that on the video. But everything in the box and how it is placed and looks is exactly the same. So anyway, I just lift it up. The packaging itself is actually quite nice, to be honest, which is a little bit of a surprise. Then here we got some paperwork and this weirdly textured paper cover. I don't know how to explain it. As you can see, it has kind of fingerprint magnet-y, which is kind of weird for paper. It has this weird texture to it. It's nice though. And inside we get paperwork along with a screen protector. I'm gonna set that to the side right now. Then below that we have the phone, which, like I mentioned, is already set up. That's where you can see this writing right here. We also get a couple little info about the device on here. So we got what is this? Bokeh flare portrait video, AI highlight videos, ultra night video, and live HDR. Just some kind of AI modes for just the camera. Ultra sim. What? Retro design. What the heck is it? Retro. I'm kind of confused by that one, but okay, anyway, let's move on. We have a 65 watt SuperVOOC 2.0 charging and a 90 Hz display refresh rate, which that is actually kind of nice. So let's take it out. Now under that we do have, there we go, we have, whoa, that is a massive brick. They did say 65 watts, but I wasn't expecting this huge of a brick in there. And when it comes onto the cable, damn, that is a thick boy here. So this is the cable that you use for this. Most likely to utilize the charging speed at 65 watts. You probably need to use this specific cable for it. And below that, let's see if I can actually get that out. There we go. We have a pair of headphones, and they are Type-C. As you can see, there is a Type-C connector. So yeah, actually, let me just leave that here. Take that bad boy out. So there we go, there is the absolute unit of a charger. And let's see, is it actually 65 watt charger? Oh damn, that is some small writing. Yep, it's 65. It's literally the last thing written right here, the last line, but damn, it's so small that the camera is not gonna pick it up. Let's see if I can actually get it with my phone maybe. Just so you can see this super macro. Go to work. Let's get also lighting. Oh, actually, I think I actually got it. There we go. You can see it right here, 65 watts max. I'm actually surprised that I managed to capture this. So anyway, that's basically all we get in the box. So I'm gonna toss it to the side somehow. There we go. And let's move to the device itself. Let's toss that. And there we go. So as you can see, right off the bat, we have an under fingerprint and this sensor. So we can just unlock it like that. I did add it right before the video. And when it comes down to the display itself, it's a 6.43 inch display, 1080p by 2400. It's an AMOLED display with, like I mentioned before, 90 Hz refresh rate. It has a peak brightness of 750 nits, 409 pixels per inch with an 88.3% screen to body ratio. Now when it comes down to this overall design right here, I don't know if it's really visible or not, but it does for some reason remind me a lot of Apple and their phones, just because as you can see the edges are just like super flat edges that you can basically stand it like that without any problem on each side. So it does feel really similar to what Apple does with their devices, minus the hideous damn notch that Apple keeps. You just have a single hole punched camera. And I don't know if it's as visible as it is on the video. On the video, looking at the screen right here, looks a little bit less appealing, but the bezels are really small and the screen really pops out because of it. So I do have to say I really enjoy how it looks like, even though it's not necessarily what I would typically go for. I myself prefer curved displays, but this is, I think, the first time I actually enjoy non-curved display, to be perfectly honest. Now moving on further to the cameras, at the back we have a triple camera setup, as you can see, and it's a 64 megapixel wide sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and 2 megapixel macro. Now obviously the last one, the macro, is probably going to be the biggest disappointment of them all. Usually whenever you see any kind of camera that boasts a 2 megapixel sensor, I just forget that it even exists. That's as easy as that gets. 2 megapixel is nowhere near in 2020, 2021 to call it a viable camera. It's what a lot of people would consider a sticker camera, just so the phone looks more appealing with triple camera setup, just so it doesn't look like it's behind. But it is, because 2 megapixels don't count for damn. So anyway, I'm actually gonna show you what the 2 megapixel macro looks like, just so you have a base idea of what you should be expecting here. I'm gonna also move the light right here, just so it looks, I want to get the best possible result here. Okay, so I need to hold it about here to get it in the focus. So that is the macro shot. As you can see, that is as close as it can get. It is quite blurry. Let me just actually max out the brightness right here. So yeah, this is not necessarily anything great. Now I'm gonna bring my phone into this again. I did capture one photo like that literally previous video, and this is the result you get here. So obviously you can see there is a vast difference, and this actually has a way better macro sensor than this absolute garbage. Now anyway, moving further, in terms of specs, we have Dimensity 900, or I believe it also, this one might be running a Snapdragon, because there are two alternatives to it. About phone, and we are running, nope, this is the Dimensity 900. Now there is a Realme 6 Pro, which has Dimensity 1200 and also Snapdragon, I think 888, but that just depends where you buy it. So this one is the octa-core Dimensity 900, and as you can see, also 8 GB of RAM, which there is actually a neat little feature that OPPO does. When you click on it, it shows you that you can actually expand your RAM using your actual storage. So you can basically allocate 2, 3, or 5 GB of your storage to be dedicated for RAM. It will be slower, but still, if you need more, you have an option like that. And in terms of the storage itself, here we have 128 and 256 GB alternatives. This is the 8 GB RAM, so this is the 128. If you go for the 256, you get 12 gigs of RAM, and both of those cases you get UFS 2.1 storage, so not necessarily the best one. So yeah, now moving on further, battery wise, we have a 4300 mAh battery with that absolute unit of a charger right here that you've seen before. And let's see, I'm kind of looking for advertised charging speeds, but I don't really see anything. So yeah, that's about it. No headphone jack, obviously, that's why we have the headphones with the Type-C. And yeah, plastic back, aluminum frame, and glass front, obviously. That's basically all I can say. Now the price of this device should be somewhere around 400 euros, and honestly, for the price that it costs, I'd have to say it's a really decent device. It functions well. It might not have like the best processor type in here, but it does do a good enough job. Screen refresh rate is good, screen quality also good. The overall design looks nice, sleek and modern. It has an under display fingerprint sensor, which I personally really like, and it's basically all. So anyway, at the end of the day, it's a decent device, and if you're looking for something around this price range, it should be good enough. Now there might be better options if you're really keen on looking for them. You might as well, for instance, look for something like Xiaomi. What else is there that would be good? I would probably say Huawei maybe, but it's Huawei, so no Play services, which makes it really hard to recommend. So yeah, this is fairly decent option. Xiaomi as well has decent options in this price range. So anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.